to talk with you today about Gethsemane a year later. A year ago, you might remember that we were in quite a pinch. The daycare had left, and we weren't quite sure how we were going to keep the doors open. But we went and we talked with our bishop, and together we made a very bold ask that churches would come and be churches together and help Gethsemane through this rough patch. The bishop made an ask, we received resources, and fast forward to this time in our future as a congregation, and we find that we have an open daycare with 40 kids, a brand new commercial kitchen, a growing community footprint of disciples that are laboring with the needs of this neighborhood, addressing violence, addressing food scarcity, addressing what it means to walk as a group of people together in a community. All of this made possible just because we work together as churches.
What I think is very powerful about the cluster idea is that it builds on the ELCA's model of companionship, that we come alongside each other to do ministry together. And it creates community. It also creates a certain amount of leverage together where we're able to learn from and support and, frankly, just enjoy each other in building these relationships together. I find in the clustering that not only have we grown because of our relationship with Pastor Nearbass and Gethsemane, but we get to know each other better, the other suburban congregations who have chosen to accompany Gethsemane in their ministry.
One of my favorite quotes is from Dietrich Bonhoeffer, a wonderful Lutheran pastor and theologian, who says, "The church is the church only when it exists for others." So that's a reminder to us at St. Philip the Deacon to always be thinking about the people outside our four walls, how we can be serving them, how we can be reaching out to them.
I just love what Jeff and the people at Gethsemane are doing. Right, it's just it's something the ELCA needs to be a part of. The food ministry there, having all of these food events every week where food's distributed, and then tying it around Bible study and really community building. That's just an exciting thing to be a part of. So we like what that is. We've connected as a congregation. We've done a few different things. We've helped serve meals on the summer picnics, so gone down there and turned the hot dogs and handed out food and been a part of the community. That's not just Gethsemane, but that's the North Minneapolis community.
I want to tell you one of the things that surprised me most about this mission clustering process, and that was the growth in value of our peer group relationship. Gathering around a table with the clergy who make up the mission cluster has become a very important part of my well-being as a pastor. It has become a way to connect with people that do the same thing that I do. We can talk shop, we can share stories, we can learn from one another. And that's been a huge value to me personally.
And I would say that Jeff has done a really good job in the last few years of helping us at St. Philip the Deacon to be aware of the very good work that's happening at Gethsemane. And he's invited us to accompany him and to come alongside him and to support that work in ways that have made sense for us. And I think that there's an opportunity for continuing and extending that work in the future.
I was incredibly pleased and thrilled when our Bishop Ann Svenningsson put together a quest to bring congregations together in support of Gethsemane and to come alongside them in a time that was pretty critical for them and for their survival. And she very clearly communicated that this was a congregation doing significant ministry to the neighborhood. And I believe very strongly that was one of the high marks of her leadership, is in inviting congregations to be part of a cluster, to work together, and to see the relationships that have developed out of that has been transformative for us as a congregation, for me as a pastor, and for the others that I've gotten to know, other pastors, and of course Jeff and Pastor Jeff and the people at Gethsemane.
A mission cluster, at its most basic level, is just a group of churches that accompany one another. They share gifts and talents that meet human needs, build Christian community, and grow leaders who proclaim the gospel of Jesus.